Yo, what's going on, guys? Egal Talks Football. We are back again with another video. Let's talk about Arsenal and all the latest news. We got some things to talk about today. Just alone today, we're going to be talking about, of course, Benjamin Šeško. We're going to be talking about Rodrygo. We're going to be talking about Bakayoko. We're going to be speaking about Christian Nørgaard potentially being a backup for Thomas Partey. We're being linked to a Leicester midfielder, Gerald Hato, and of course, we got some updates on the Zubimendi situation. There's also some news on Andre Berta and what's going on with him. Rodrygo, we got a late update on Rodrygo also. And it looks like Mark Gahey will be leaving Crystal Palace, but will he end up at Liverpool instead of Arsenal? And also, we just got an update that Eze will be available for 60 million for pounds and a 20 million breakdown for each year. Before we go any further, please do hit that like button, please do hit that subscribe button, and let's get into all the Arsenal latest news, as there is a lot to discuss today, ladies and gentlemen. Please hold that thought. First things first, let's get into some of this stuff. So some of the players I've been hearing for Partey replacements are the likes of Zaïre-Emery over there at PSG. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I do not think PSG are looking to sell Warren Zaïre-Emery. I think it's pretty clear that they do not want to sell him. So any reports that we are linked to him, you have to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, as of course PSG do not want to sell the player, and if they don't want to sell the player, there's no way we're going to be able to force them into selling the player. And the player is quite young. I don't think he's looking to leave yet. So these are one of those reports that I just don't fully understand and back. So yeah, Zaïre-Emery being linked to Arsenal as a potential Thomas Partey replacement. And in other words, we also have another player we're being linked to as a potential Thomas Partey replacement, and that is Christian Nørgaard. Let me go and find that for you. So just to show you guys, we have been linked to Christian Nørgaard as of late. Reports are that Arsenal could potentially approach Brentford defender Christian Nørgaard as a replacement for Thomas Partey. He is 1 year younger than Thomas Partey. He's currently 31 years old. He would be asking for much less. He'd be asking for a much lower wage bill, since Thomas Partey, of course, wants a raise on what he's currently on, which is around 200k a week. So Thomas Partey is apparently asking for around 250 a week. And the problem is 250 a week, I don't think it's warranted, as he's currently going to be somebody who's going to be making 250 a week should be one of your main men, and I don't think Thomas Partey is going to be one of the main men next season for Arsenal. So we do need to monitor this situation and take it with a grain of salt. But hey, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense for Arsenal to pay him that much money as a backup. Personally, that would be a little bit concerning if we were paying him that much money as a backup. In other news, there is more news, so let's get into some of the other news that we need to discuss. So first things first, news with Šeško. Arsenal are reportedly growing frustrated with Benjamin Šeško and RB Leipzig, as his wage demands are now high, and Benjamin Šeško recently even said that he wants a release clause in his next contract. If he's viewing Arsenal as a stepping stone, he can kick rocks. Personally, I don't want Benjamin Šeško. I've always wanted Gyökeres. I've been like one of those people who said if we do sign Šeško, I could still see him do well. I'm not on the camp of saying, hey, don't sign this man, don't sign that man. Sign whoever you think is going to be the best for Arsenal, but we better get it right, whoever we sign. And I just don't think Benjamin Šeško is the best option. We could probably do better. In my opinion, let's go get what's his name? Gyökeres. Arsenal are also moving for Rodrygo, but apparently the stumbling block with Rodrygo is his wage demands. His wage demands are high. I really don't think Rodrygo's wage demands are too high. 10.2 million a year is around 200k a week, plus that's only 107 after taxes. If they're asking for 10.2 a year net, that is different. But if it's just total, that's 200k a week. We could pay 200k a week in our sleep. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. I need to hear more from them. If they're saying net, then it's a problem. If they're saying gross, then it's only half of that. So really and truly, stumbling blocks, bullshit. I think the wages will not be a stumbling block for Rodrygo, in my opinion. We're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. News on Johan Bakayoko, as there has been a Premier League club who have made an approach for him. This is a player who Arsenal view as a potential backup for Bukayo Saka, or more squad depth in the midfield, in the attacking midfield options, be it on the left wing or the right wing. I personally don't think he's good enough to be a starting left winger for Arsenal week in, week out, but he would be a really good backup for Bukayo Saka. So hopefully we can bring him in, and let's see what happens there. We do have more stories that we're going to bring into you guys. But of course, Arsenal are set to move for Rodrygo as the main guy on the left wing options since Nico Williams we've missed out on Nico Williams. We already spoke about Damsgaard. Arsenal will be playing Atletico Bilbao as the club that will be facing in this upcoming, one of the clubs that will be facing in the upcoming Emirates Cup. That is also another topic. But the next thing that we need to speak about is none other than Leicester's Bilal El Khannouss. Reports are that Arsenal are interested in Leicester's Bilal El Khannouss. This report came from an African source. They're saying that he would be valued at around 23.8 million. And you know what? I was speaking to Deluded Gunner yesterday, and he was telling me, yo, El Khannouss, he's on it. He's interested in getting El Khannouss to Arsenal. Another attacking midfielder can't hurt the team. But I just think, why would we spend 23 million on El Khannouss when we can go and get somebody better who can help us right now than spend it on a youngster that's going to take time to get embedded into the team and get ready? I'd rather go and spend that 20 million on either somebody who can impact the team right now. And I don't know how much Bilal El Khannouss can give impact to us right now. But let me know in the comment section if you guys think El Khannouss is the right man to replace Thomas Partey, or at least come into this team this window. Because let's be honest, Zubimendi and one more midfielder is going to be max what we're going to bring in. We're not going to bring in 3 midfielders. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We are linked to Bilal El Khannouss, and this is a very, very interesting situation to monitor at Arsenal. What ends up happening, we will have to wait and see how far things go, where things go from here, and if and when we actually move for any of these players. In my opinion, we're not going to end up with Zaïre-Emery, Nørgaard. Šeško and Rodrygo is plausible. Bakayoko is plausible. El Khannouss, I think, is just as likely as Zaïre-Emery. I think El Khannouss will probably make a move to like Aston Villa or something to replace Morgan Rogers. That makes a lot of sense to me personally. Quickly, let's shift gears over to talking Arsenal, talking Highbury. They got 2 reports. First of all, we already spoke about Bakayoko. Next, it looks like Zubimendi will be wearing the number 36 shirt, as Mazu Skelly is wearing the number 3. Interesting to see if Mazu Skelly ends up wearing the number 3 shirt. So that's one thing. If Thomas Partey is indeed departing from Arsenal, Thomas Partey is indeed departing. So Partey will be leaving 110%. Partey will be leaving. So with that being said, that Partey will 100% be leaving, we will need a replacement for Thomas Partey, and we will need to bring in somebody to replace Thomas Partey. So hopefully, let's see who we can bring in to replace Thomas Partey, but he will 100% be leaving. Arsenal looking at a youngster from Salford City, which is Gary Neville's pro club. There is reports that Ethan Nwaneri's new deal and terms are close, so he's close to signing a new deal. We're going to have to wait and see how far that goes, but at this moment in time, it looks like Ethan is close to signing a new deal. That is great news, I might add. Oh my God, it was great to see Santi Cazorla got a team promoted to La Liga from from the lower divisions at the age of 40, doing wonderful things. Santi Cazorla, you gotta love it. And then let's go to the final little bit that we need to discuss is, of course, it looks like Mark Guéhi, who's been an Arsenal target, is now going to be most likely ending up at Liverpool, as Liverpool and Crystal Palace are finalized. He's in his final year of his deal and could cash in at this moment in time, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. it does look like that is the situation right now with him. 1 second. I'm just looking at something. Where we at, people? Okay, so there's a report with coming out from Spurs page reporting that Eze is available for 60 million, 20 million breakdown each year. We should be all over this. Now that they don't want the 68 million release clause paid anymore, Arsenal should go to Crystal Palace, say, here's 60 million, we'll take him. I think Eze is an absolute baller, former Arsenal Academy player also. We should take him in a heartbeat. I think Eze would improve Arsenal massively. I hope Arsenal can pull it off. But hey, it looks like Spurs are the front runners to sign Eze at this moment in time. We're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But for now, it is a very, very interesting development, to say the least. Is there any new reports going around? Well, looks like Bayern Munich are interested in taking Chelsea's Gittin rumors. Chelsea are reportedly looking at Kolo Muani as a replacement for Jackson, so we don't necessarily have to worry about them coming in for Gyökeres. Reports are that Gyökeres has told his family that he will be joining Arsenal. We don't know how true that is, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. There's also reports that Gerald Heto is heavily linked to Arsenal, and at this moment in time, Arsenal are keeping positive talks with Heto. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with this one also, as Gerald Heto has been heavily linked to Arsenal. Hopefully this leads to something, but for now, we just have to wait and see. We don't have too much information on the Heto stuff, if there's how much they want or if the deal has progressed, but we will have to wait and see for now. Finally, is there any later news on Gyökeres or Agume? Arsenal are interested in Agume from Sevilla. Arsenal have been reportedly offered the opportunity to sign Mohamed Kudus. I don't know how far that's going to go, but we're going to have to wait and see where we go from here. The window is going to be long. There's going to be a lot of different turns in this window. So please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And hopefully I can keep you guys informed on all the latest Arsenal news up until now. And yeah, in case you guys haven't seen, Timber did an interview where he spoke about him playing while he's injured. Really concerning. You guys should check it out. It's all over social medias. But for now, I'll leave you guys to do. Catch you in the next video. Love, fun, love, people.